Hey, hello everyone. So this is just gonna be a quick little video. So it is Music Monday, so I'm gonna talk about music. And I'm just gonna chat here with you guys about music that I like. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So, I would not say that there's a specific genre that I love above all else. Some things I tend to gravitate towards more than others, but I will pretty much try just about anything, really. So, when I was like little, I would just listen to whatever adult around me was listening to. And I didn't have too much care for music. Like, I enjoyed it, but I didn't really care all that much. It wasn't actually until I started getting more into reading, actually, I think it's when my music love picked up. So about the time I was old enough to really start reading books on my own, not just like children's books and being read to, but actually getting into reading. And there are people who read like from a very young age and everything. And I was starting to learn to read in kindergarten, like most people are and everything. But I feel like by the time you get to second grade, it's kind of when, if you like really love reading, it's like that when it really starts to pick up. And I think that's because that's when you're introduced to like middle grade and chapter books and stuff. So it's you feel a little bit older reading stuff, right? So when Goosebumps was around, which I credit as kickstarting my love for reading, my true love for reading, like wanting to read all the time kind of thing. So around that time was also the time when I started getting into music. So when there was Goosebumps, there was stuff like the Spice Girls and all that other kind of stuff. Which Spice World was the first CD that I ever had. Not the first one that I actually ever bought with my own money. I don't really remember what I bought because when I got a job, and I was working, I just bought a whole bunch of stuff. But, that was the first one that was bought for me. And so I was like into your basic pop music for the longest time. And I still kind of am. I still revisit, those songs and everything, your poppy 90s, early 2000s pop music. I basically went from the Spice Girls to S Club 7 and other stuff. I liked NSYNC and stuff like that in between, but my first like real music love was the Spice Girls. And for some reason, Sporty was my favorite. I don't know if I just liked her voice. It was kind of unique out of all of them. And I just found it weird because I was never really into sports at all. But I liked her. I liked her song or singing and everything. But they were all cool. So I had a poster. I had some of the videos and the dolls. I think the only one I had never had was Ginger. But getting back to music and reading, I was always interested in song lyrics. Even from a young age, I always paid attention to that, and maybe that's because I like reading, like stories, I like poetry. But I was always interested in what the song was saying, who the song was written by, and stuff like that. So as I got older, I started getting into different kinds of music. Besides reading, I also got interested in spirituality and different cultures and stuff like that. They just fascinated me, and I love learning about different things, the music, art, and, religions, all that other kind of stuff. So I kind of found, like, new agey kind of music, like, it was, like, that yoga class kind of music, like Enya and stuff, that kind of stuff. Like, I was listening to that, and like S Club 7 and God, there's a whole bunch of them that came out. there's like a whole bunch of bands that you just don't hear about anymore. There was like M to M. They had some good stuff. You remember that band Tattoo from Russia? They were pretty cool too. So I feel like a lot of good music, at least for me in my time, came about the year 2000. Because that's when I was starting to kind of go from my pop phase to my true songwriter, deep, dark kind of stuff. So that's when I was discovering, people like Paula Cole, and sometime around 99, 2000 is when my favorite artist, who was Dido, came out. And that was also the time that she had done Stan with Eminem, which is one of the only rappers I really like. So and their music, at least Dido, it was kind of slightly popish with some songs, but also very new agey. And when I was about 15, 16, some stuff was going down. So I was definitely getting into more of that singer-songwriter stuff, especially your Moby Depressing and stuff, because not only was I going through a lot of stuff, but I was like expressing feelings through writing more. I was just reading more, coming up with ideas for my own books. So I loved songs that were about something. I loved songs that told stories, that just had deeper meanings to them. But I just always been interested in the stories behind songs. And as I got older, I became more interested in people who wrote their own songs and everything. And I was less picky about music when I was younger. Like, I'm not so much now, but like, I just, some of these people, it's okay to listen to them, but I don't spend a whole lot of money on their music, depending on what they do, etc. So, the music I liked when I was younger, as I said, was basically bubblegum pop. Spice Girls, 18s, S Club 7, Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, all that good stuff. All the stuff that's fun to revisit once in a while, especially like when you're just feeling down. Now, for a while, I was like really picky. I just, I don't know. I still really won't spend a whole lot of money on people who aren't involved in their own music. But what are you doing? Oh my god. That are here. But if I find it at a thrift store or whatever, that's fine. I'll get it. I would say, if I had to pick genres I like really, really like, probably your basic rock, new agey kind of indie stuff. Electronica, folktronica, whatever you want to call it. All that stuff. What do you get into? Okay, well, the dog's being weird. Yeah. So on October 20th, I am going to what's technically my 4th concert. So when I was like 14, I seen Britney Spears with my friend. She was like a big fan. And I enjoy Britney's music too. Like, I listen to Britney and Christina. That were two more of the poppy people that I liked. And so I seen her when I was 15. She was pretty good. Twice with my friend Mike, I seen Nightwish, and they were awesome. I've never seen Taria or Annette. I seen them with Floor. The first time they were like promoting their Endless Forms Most Beautiful, and they did, most of the songs from that one. And the second time around was their Decades tour thingy, so they did some of the older songs. Now, while I would have loved to hear them from the original vocalist that, did the songs originally, Floor did a fantastic job. They played stuff like Nemo and all that other good stuff, and it was like really good. Like, I enjoyed the first time a lot, besides the fact that I was sick and it sucked. But I really loved the second one because I just got to hear those other older songs live, and it's just fantastic. But yeah, on the 20th, if nothing goes wrong, I am seeing Florence and the Machine, which I am so happy about, because so many of the people that I like throughout this year and last year and everything have had concerts, and it's either on a day I can't go, they're too far away, whatever. But this is on a weekend, and so people are free to take me and everything. I have no worries about that. And I have been loving their music for the last couple years now, especially around 2000, what is it, 12, 13, I can't remember exactly when it came out or when I bought the CD. But I fell in love with Ceremonials, and then they just became one of my favorite bands. Nightwish grew to be one of my favorite bands. Yeah, if there's any kind of music that really sticks with me, for some reason, I don't know if it's the sound, the lyrics, the combination of everything, but for bands, I really like Florence and the Machine, Nightwish. Evanescence is still good, and that's kind of what kickstarted my liking heavier music like rock and stuff. And if it wasn't for Evanescence, I probably wouldn't have found stuff like Lacuna Coil and Nightwish and stuff, which of course Lacuna Coil is another one. I probably wouldn't have discovered Flyleaf, which, yes, technically Flyleaf is considered a Christian rock band by many. Their new singer is okay, but I really do prefer Lacey. I preferred her energy, her songwriting, her emotion. They're still okay, but I really prefer them before. I like Paramore. I started getting into stuff like Fall Out Boy and 21 Pilots. Panic at the Disco has some good stuff, but I never really got too much into their stuff, but I did enjoy some. As for singers, I went through this phase where I really liked contemporary around the time I was 19. Like between 17 and 19, I really liked contemporary stuff like Sarah McLachlan, Tori Amos. I don't know if you would call Alanis Morissette but I feel like she'd be grouped into that. Like, I feel people listen to those kinds of very mid-90s, 2000s contemporary indie-ish kind of things. Paula Cole was another big one I loved. I never watched Dawson's Creek, really. I can't name a character off that show. She's pretty famous, for doing the theme song to that, which came off of her This Fire album. I have never decided if I liked Harbinger or This Fire better. Her other albums were okay, but those two really stuck out for me. That was kind of more mature music. I liked Fiona Apple, ish kind of stuff. I was never too crazy about her music, but I did enjoy it. Another band that I liked, but I was never super crazy about was, I liked some stuff by Garbage. Dido will always be pretty much my number one because around 99 and 2000, going from that pop to that new age to that rock, she's really what got me into exploring other kinds of music. I like Pink. She's kind of in between pop and like that music you listen to when you don't want to like listen to Britney and pop and stuff like that. I really feel that she got better once her Misunderstood album came out. Lorde, I love Lorde. She's only got 2 CDs out right now, but I just love what she's doing. Unique voice, great songwriting. It seems very personal, very in depth, very thought out. The thing about it, she can sing stuff about like what young people go through, but it's not like one of those poppy party songs. It's something that's really thought provoking, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what she does in the future because she is still quite young now, and she can write like this. What is she gonna write when she's older? I like Lana Del Rey. Beautiful voice. Sometimes she's a little too guy crazy, but she just makes it work. She just draws you in. Marina and the Diamonds, I feel she is the smarter type of pop music. Like, people often compare her and Lana, and they're two different people. Very unique voice, but I feel Lana is more lovey, dreamy kind of music, where Marina is a little bit more of stuff going on in the world kind of thing. I listen to just so much stuff, and like I said, I'm very, very much a lyrics person. Imogen Heap, I almost forgot about her. So a lot of people don't like electronic kind of music, but she just makes it so artistic. Like, she isn't just using auto-tune and this and that. She's actually doing different things with this and making unique sounds and just using everyday mundane things to make music, and it's just a fantastic. I don't know, what is it about, like, a majority of a lot of the good artists seem to be from other countries, whether it be Canada or like England or something. Not that we don't have great people here in America, but for some reason they just got a lot of good stuff going on over in those places. I do like Avril Lavigne. I feel sometimes that her older music was better, and maybe that's because I loved it as a kid, and well, maybe it was Avril before Evanescence. So, my battery's running down. I have to go, everyone. But this was a nice chat about music that took longer than I thought it would. A chat with myself. But obviously, it'll be going towards you guys once you watch it. So anyways, yeah, that's just about me and music I like. Tell me your favorites. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Bye.